Hey everyone, Josh here with Fresh Start Customs, and today we're going to be talking about 7 different products that I got from xTool, and then they threw in a bonus item at checkout here. If you get so much items from them at a certain dollar amount, you get a bonus item. So we're going to be actually talking about 8 different products that they sell that you probably didn't even know that they sold. And first up is one of my favorite ones that I'm excited to do. I'm going to be doing this and the next 2 products in its own video, and you'll see why here in just a second. But this is the black laser marking spray. This is for metals. This is to mark a deep, rich black color on metals. So right now, if I do metal, it's going to look something like this, which is still pretty good, don't get me wrong, but this takes forever to engrave in this color, where this is doing like a chemical reaction when the laser hits it, and then it kind of bakes that black on there, and it'll be a rich black color, kind of like my shirt compared to like this color here on the metal right now. So we're going to be doing an actual entire different video on this later down the road, including the next 2 products here. But before we get to the next 2, let me show you what comes with this little marking spray. Gives you the instructions. Basically, you just spray it onto your metal, and then you do your engraving or etching or marking, I should say, and then you wipe off the excess amount there, and then it'll have that nice rich black color. But on the back of this is what's important. You need to know what kind of laser is compatible with this. And they have a chart here that says compatible lasers. So if you have a diode laser, it's going to be a 20 watt or higher diode laser. If you have a fiber laser, it's a 10 watt fiber laser or higher. And then a CO2 laser is a 25 watt or higher CO2 laser. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to use the marking spray, you're going to need one of those types of machines. Now, next up, we have the same thing except for glass. So these are little glass marking pens here. So you shake them up. It's kind of like a little paint pen. Just shake those up, and then you touch the tip until it flows out. You coat your actual glass that you're going to be engraving, or I should say marking, and then you wipe off the extra after you laser engrave or mark those areas there. And it's going to reveal a nice black color on top of glass. So you will need the glass kind for glass. You'll need that metal marking spray for metal. Just keep that in mind. It has a different like chemical reaction. And then last but not least of these 3 that we're going to do in a separate video is the metal color coating protectant here. So this is like a sealant here. So this metal right here, you probably can't tell too well, but there's blue lettering in this. You can probably tell better on this side here. You see that blue lettering right there? Let's say I wanted to protect that blue lettering in there and all the colors of my metal here. It has this like foam pad here that you kind of put in here, and you coat the entire surface of your colored engraving. And that way, whenever you touch it or you interact with the metal, your oils from your finger won't fade that design or fade that color. So that is what this little protective balm is for. So super cool that they even sell this. I didn't know that xTool sold this. Hopefully you guys find that interesting. Next up is some of their actual products itself. So we have leather hat patches. So you probably seen me do this one in silver a long time ago. Well, they now have gold coloring. And it always comes in these like, looks like a candy wrapper, like a bag of candy almost. All you gotta do is peel this seal, and then you engrave it, and these will come out in gold. It's like a new thing that they're selling. And then they have this silver one, and then you can just heat patch that right onto your hat or whatever you wanna do. You can put it on a t-shirt, a book bag, whatever kind of thing that you want. Next up is another type of material that they sell that you probably didn't know of. Is they got these little flasks here. And you're probably wondering what this number is right here. Well, what xTool does, and what I really appreciate about xTool, what I like the most about them, is their software is super easy to use. And then this number right here, you just go to their xTool's website, type in that number, and you'll get the settings for whatever machine you want. So for the F1 Ultra is probably what I would use this for. I would just click F1 Ultra, type in this number right here, and it'll spit out the exact settings that you should use for this, like right off the bat. There's no guessing. You just type it in, click the button, click import, and then hit engrave on whatever image you have, whether it's like a vector or a rasterized image. There's different settings for different things, especially for like if you're doing metal or leather, there'll be like the blue laser or the fiber laser, depending on which settings it is for which type of item. This little code right here will find that item for you. Super cool. And I didn't expect them to sell like a flask there. The next thing up here is coasters. So I know you're used to like regular slate coasters, but this is like a dual marble coaster. So you have marble on this side. I wanted the white color, but they were sold out, so I just added the black color to my cart to show you guys this. But the white color is super popular, but this is like a black on wood tone. So it's like a dual coaster here. It comes with like the little rubber feeding here, and then you can engrave right onto the wood. I'll probably put it for a name. Usually you see like a name right there, and then they just leave this part blank. But once again, it does have the code right on the packaging that comes with it, but I want to show you outside of the packaging here. But these codes are on pretty much all of their products for you. So just keep an eye out whenever you first open a product. Look for that code. Don't throw it away. Type in your machine's name. Get the perfect settings right off the bat. Super cool. And next up, finally, out of the items that I got, not the bonus item, they have what they call an engraving pen. So essentially this is a Dremel. If you don't know what a Dremel is, you can use it for like sanding, polishing, etching. You can do all sorts of stuff. It comes with this really cool case here, and it has all sorts of accessories in it. So you have like your sanding wheels, your polishing wheels, your engraving wheels, and then down in here is the actual sanding round disc here, and all of the polishing disc down in below, and then your actual engraving pen can sit down in the case right here like that. So you get all sorts of stuff with this. It's rechargeable by USB-C, so that's always a benefit, and it does have 5 different speeds, so you can go all the way up to 5 there, and then you push and hold to shut that off. Super cool. I don't know what I would use this for. Probably my 3D prints to get like the bird edges off of it. That's probably what I'm going to use this for. But it does come with like stencils with like the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, so you can stencil and engrave into wood with this. We may make a separate video on this too. I haven't decided on what we're going to make with that yet, but super cool that they even sell that. So if you ever wanted an xTool branded Dremel or what they call an engraving pen, and let me show you the cover for that too. This is the cover for it here. You can get an actual branded xTool one. And last but not least, they sent a bonus item. Once you check out on their site with so much money, you can get a bonus item for free, and that is acrylic paint markers. So if you haven't seen my video on acrylic paint pens, check that out. I don't want to bore you too much, but essentially it's kind of like these little glass things that we had earlier. You shake them up, and then you touch the tip until the paint flows out, and then you can mark anything that you want to kind of color your items, like whether it's wood or paper, any type of laser project that you do. So that's pretty much it. That's 8 different items from xTool that you probably didn't know that existed. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. I know I found it interesting, and I can't wait to make that video on all the different types of coatings. I just have to plan out what I want to make with it. That's one thing. And then we need to figure out different settings for it too. So we're going to get more into that in a whole different video there. But other than that, if you guys found any of these interesting and you want a separate video on any of them, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try and make that happen, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.